Okay, guys, today I'm going to be talking about risk and why money can solve all these issues. Okay, so usually when you want to make a lot of money, the first thing you think about is like materialistic things, all the things you can get with money. Okay, and I think this is a really bad way to kind of go into business because when you go into business to make money, 9 times out of 10 you're not going to make money just because you just don't understand. Like, you're going to business to make money. You're obviously not helping any customers' lives be better. You're not solving any problems. You're just in it for yourself, okay? And when you go into something for the sole purpose of making money for yourself and having the life, like, obviously you want that life, but to be honest, if you change your mindset of this, you will get a lot further. And this is how I look at it, because I've made a decent amount of money and I don't spend it on pretty much anything. I just keep it as cash. I don't buy anything. I could buy, a nice car. I could, buy a property. I don't buy any of that stuff. Okay. So what do I do? Why is it good to have cash? Okay. So when I first started business and I invested, when I was like, first starting out, I probably had like, a couple $1,000s, and I invested all that money into learning how to do business, mentors, courses, coaches, you name it. I put all my money in, so I was risking everything, so my risk level was really, really high. Okay, and if I lost that money, which I did, you feel pretty bad. You lost everything, you have nothing, you have to go get a job because you can't do anything, right? So I went into the business trying to make money, and as soon as I realized that it's not really about making money, it's about making other lives better, okay, and helping people. That is what business is about. It's about helping people, and when you help them, they will just give you money because you've helped them. So yeah, so when once you've made this money and you have a decent amount of money, what money buys is kind of what money does is just it just lowers your risk. Okay, let's say for example, I made $100,000. Okay, and I made $100,000. Now with that $100,000, I could go buy a car, I could go treat myself, I could go on holidays. But if you spend all that money, you're gonna be back at zero. So what I do with that $100,000 instead is start another business. Okay, start another business, start from experience, and I'm investing that. Let's say, for example, I'm investing $3,000 again, the same amount I invested when I first started. Okay, and I invest that $3,000. But now, $3,000 out of $100,000 is not much money. All right, that's about 5%. Less than 5% of let's say my net worth. Okay, now when I go into this opportunity of this business, I can go into it more confidently with experience as well. I have experience now. I know what to do with $3,000 now. So even if I lose this $3,000, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna still have 90 grand in my account. Okay, so this is what money buys you. Money buys you more amounts of attempts. When you go to a festival or you go to a theme park and you pay to try, shoot basketball hoops, okay? The more times you pay, the more chances you get, okay? And the more chances you get, the higher the likelihood of you winning a prize, right? So this is exactly how money works, okay? Money, when you make it, doesn't mean you go spend it and then you go back to zero, okay? Money works as more attempts and more experience. And the more attempts and the more experience you have, the better you get at something, okay? So for example, let's say for example, I started my first business, failed, $3,000. Second business, failed, another $3,000. Third business, failed, $3,000, okay? And then all of a sudden my fourth one works and I make, like, let's say I make $100,000. And then now if I start another business, I have all that experience from failing those three businesses, but now the $3,000 that I invest, I go into business with more kind of, experience. And now I know what not to do, and I know how to invest and deploy my money, better, and where the most important, like, work on the most important things. Like when I first started out, let's say for my first business, when I first started with $3,000, I invested $2,000 into a photo shoot. Now I know photos don't even matter. Okay, photo shoot. If you're gonna do, like, take photos of product with all these, like, graphic designers and all this, you can get product photos for less than $30. Okay, so now I know when I use that $3,000, I can be more effective with my money. Okay, and this is what money buys you. It buys you more attempts, more tries, and the more tries you get, the better you get at something. It's just like training. The more times you kick a ball into the goal, and the better you get every time, because every time you kick a ball, you have more experience, more experience. Why do you think the best basketballers in the world, they shoot a basketball a million times, okay? And it doesn't matter about if they miss or not. They get to shoot a million times in training. So when it does come to the game, it's like, they have so much experience. They know every single angle. I don't know. I don't play basketball, but you get what I mean. Money buys you more tries and more attempts, and it lowers your risk. The more money you have, the lower risk you have when going to a business. That's why you see a lot of these billionaires, not billionaires, but a lot of these venture capitalists and investors, the people with a lot of money, like let's say they have like $100 million, and they have money ready to invest, and they have $1 million. So $1 million to them is like 1% of their net worth. So that when they invest in something, it's a lot less risky for them because they have so much money. It's not really a risk. It's only a risk if they have $1 million and they give you $1 million. Okay, that's betting all their money. That's a high risk. Okay, but if they have $100 million and they give you $1 million, that's a low risk. But you see how perspective changes with the amount of money you have. So the more money you have in account, the more kind of confidence more confidence you have in them, and the more clarity you have when making decisions. Because once you have a level mind and you're calm and you understand, you do your research, do your due diligence, you have $100 million and you have more time to think about these deals and opportunities, you're not so rushed into a deal, okay? Whereas if you had $1 million and you wanted to invest $1 million and you would have no money left, you're trying to look for the best deal, you're trying to make sure nothing goes wrong, and something will always go wrong, right? So pretty much in business, the reason you make money, and a lot of money, is to lower your risk and buy back your time and give you more confidence, okay? And give you more attempts at something. Why do you think there's these investors with $100 million? They invest into like 50 different projects, okay? And they're not even into it. They're not even doing anything in the business. They just give them money, they let them do it because they trust and they know that's the risk they're taking. And the thing is with these investors, they know that they only need one of these businesses they invest in to blow up, and they'll make all their money back. Let's say, for example, they invest like $500,000 into like 10 different companies, okay? And then 10 times $500,000 is like probably like $5 million. That's 5 million. Let's say they deploy $5 million across all these businesses. 9 of them might fail, but one of them might sell for, $500 million, and all of a sudden their $5 million investment, they've made all their money back and more, okay? Their $5 million investment on one of these businesses makes them, 200 million, okay? This is how they think, okay? They think and the thing is with investors, they don't want to do any work. They don't do any work. They just let their money do the work. They've already done the hard work to make that money, okay? Now they just want to sit back, and the smart thing to do is, protect their peace and mental health, and not go through the stress of building a business. They care about just making money, other people doing the hard work, and they'll just give them the money, okay? And it's not like they're not offering anything. They're offering their hard-earned money to you guys, okay? Anyway, yeah, so just wanted to quickly jump on and tell you guys that money buys you more tries and attempts, okay? And it doesn't mean that if you don't have money, you can't try a million times. You can try a million times, okay? Let's say, for example, you're trying to make YouTube work, for example, and you can post videos every single day for free, okay? That's unlimited tries, and then eventually you get really good at making YouTube videos, okay? That's an example there. But as far as starting a business, you have to be more efficient with your money when you first start, because it's a big risk to you. This is the risk you're taking. That's why business is not for everyone, because it's very risky at the start. Because when you're at the start, you don't have a lot of money. So the money that you invest in a business, it could be 50% of your money. It could be all of your money. You know what I mean? This is the risk you take, okay? That's why I always say business is not always for everyone. It's for people who are driven and have a passion to, stick with it when things go shit. You know what I mean? It's like you have to be mentally built for this for building a business, because oftentimes it's not going to be like money, falling from the sky. It's not. Business isn't like that. Business is about, helping a customer, and then eventually being so good at helping that certain customer, you get paid so much for it. That's pretty much it, and it buys you more attempts. Anyway, I'm gonna leave you at that one. See you guys later.